So one of the things that I think should be happening, and I say this whenever I teach people, is I believe that if you're working in healthcare in this capacity, whether you're an osteopath, chiropractor, physiotherapist, whatever it might be, I think people should be having some kind of supervision that helps them with this kind of work. So in the work that I do, you would have clinical supervision.
Yeah, I was going to say that talking therapists do that, don't they?
You have to, yeah. And even in the work that I do, so I don't do any therapeutic work anymore. People who even just do coaching from a psychological perspective have to have some kind of supervision. So something that I often bring to my teaching is just looking at how you might be able to create kind of supervision, even just peer supervision between you that creates that sense of connection. You're able to discuss things freely. You need to have a safe place to talk about everything. That includes how you're showing up as a practitioner, but also what's coming to you in your practice.
Yeah.
Because now, and I'm sure, I don't know if people can tell us who are watching, people don't just come with their injury or their illness. They come with their life. They come and present everything to you. It's not just their knee or their shoulder or their ankle. It's everything else that's going on in their life. And I don't think that people in these industries are given enough support in terms of understanding psychology and understanding how to help people change their behaviour first. I don't always think that people feel supported in that. It's your area and zone of genius is the physical. And so you're having to develop the rest of it.
Yeah, and as everybody will recognise this, we're told to think about the biopsychosocial model, but of course we don't get much training in the psycho part of it. It's just, let's try and find out if there is anything else underlying this problem, which perhaps we can refer them onwards to talk about. But yeah, if you were a counsellor, you would have another senior, more experienced counsellor or some other counsellor who would be your supervisor.
You would,
If you were an osteopath or a chiropractor, actually I'd say, well, there's not much point in going to another osteopath or chiropractor because they don't have that psychological training. So who would be the ideal supervisor?
Well, this is the gap. This is what I see, and I think this is why...
This is your new career? Counselling all 10,000 of
not.
those professions?
No, but I'm trying to think of another word for passionate. What could it be?
Eager. Oh no, right. Enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic about bridging that gap and helping people. I won't say upskill, but it's not upskilling, because people that I work with are extremely professional, extremely passionate, and I actually think, I don't know if you want to go on to this kind of, this is what leads to burnout, is people are working so hard and trying to help so much that they're not necessarily taking care of themselves, or they're doing all the learning and all the thinking on their own about how they can help people. Whereas I want to help bridge that gap and help people and give them the skills and the knowledge about how people think, how they change their behaviour, how these things manifest in their practice. But I'm also really, really passionate about people feeling that they are integrated practitioners, and by that I mean that they have done a little bit of the work themselves so that they have an awareness as an integrated practitioner to bring that to their practice. The more integrated you are, the more you stay within your zone of genius, the more capable you feel about having difficult conversations with patients, the more you understand why someone's doing something or maybe why they're not. The more capable you feel about signposting people to the right people to have the therapeutic conversations, and you get to again stay boundaried and within your zone of genius and help people do what you're really capable and the thing that you really want to help people with. People aren't taught psychology as part of their degree typically. I mean, maybe people can tell us, I'd love to know, because I think I keep hearing I had a module on it or I had a couple of hours workshop in my degree. People don't really have this psychology knowledge.
Are you meant to know more than that as a psychologist? A couple of hour workshop?
A little bit, a tad.